In this video, I'm going to show you how to send a confirmation email that would be triggered as soon as a person completes your survey or finishes your instrument. So the way that we're going to do that is by going up here to this tab that's called Actions. So I'm going to click that, and then it takes us to another screen right here. So we don't have any actions associated with this project or this survey, and so what we're going to do is create one. So to start off, I'm going to click Add Action, and what you see here might be a little bit different. The options are the same, just the interface might look slightly different. So I'm going to go to, in this case, because I want something to occur as soon as a person completes the survey or completes the instrument, I want to use event-based. If you wanted, you could have something that would be schedule-based, which is just based on a time. So I'm going to click event-based, and then that brings up this screen right here. So to start off, there's select what starts the action. So what that means is we can set up some different options and tell it to acknowledge these specific things to send a confirmation email. So in this case, we want to use a response is created. So by default, it said survey response with the action, is the trigger for this action, but we had to go to edit so that really what it was is response created, not response updated. So in this case, that means that as soon as someone creates a response or someone completes the instrument, that's what triggers this action here. So I'm going to click finish. Then we go down here and where it says perform the following. So add conditions you can use to make it so that if they respond a certain way or something like that happens, that's a little bit more complicated, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. Because right now what we really just need to do is, as soon as someone responds, we want to send them an email right away. So we don't need to worry about conditions, just going to add a task. So when I click add task, I get these options. And what we're going to worry about here is email, which is the most common option that we'll use for a lot of survey work. So I'm just going to click email, and then you'll see that it brings up the screen that we would normally see with for distributions and things like that. And what we need to do is we need to tell it where to send the email to. And so in this case, this little A with the curly brackets around it means that we need to pull an email address from somewhere. So in our case, what we're going to do is I'm going to send, so I'll have two email addresses that I could pull from here, right? There's what you didn't see in this video anyway, is that there's an email address here that I ask respondents to enter. Then there's also an email address from the embedded data. Here, I just want to send it to wherever they told me their preferred email address is. So I'm going to just click right here. And so I don't want question text because that would be the text of the actual question. And so by clicking that second option, we can see the way that this popped up here. It says choice text entry value. So that means whatever is entered into that text box is what will be used as the email address. And the way that I set up that entry box was it had to be a valid email address. So that way we won't have any errors from this. So then here it's just the standard, who is it from? I'm going to type my name since it's going to be for me. It's got my default email for subject. I'm just going to type something in here. Okay, so I gave it a subject, and then you have an option here of when you would like that to be sent. So it can be sent immediately, or you can set it to a delay. Like you want it to be sent, say, after 10 minutes or 20 minutes or something like that. I'm fine with just leaving it immediately. If you have a message in your message library that's like a standard message that you might want to use, you can do that. But in my case, I'm just typing in some text. So I'm just going to put text in from my clipboard that I had copied from somewhere else. I just need to change the spacing. So now let's say that I want to pipe some text into here. Because I don't want it to just say hello. I want to address the person by their first name. So what I would do here is I just go up to the A with the curly brackets, and then here again I want to pull their first name from whatever their preferred first name is that I entered here. So I'm using it from pulling this from the response to a question. You would be able to pull this from an embedded data field if you set your survey up that way. So I'm just going to go to first name, and again, not question text, I want first name, so that's the answer that they give right there. So now I've got the text, I've got this first name piped in here. There's one more option that you can include, so this is include response report, which I did because this way, just whatever the person input in, they'll just get a copy of that. So if they forget, you know, what name they put in or what name they chose to go by for this purpose, then it'll just be there. So now I am all set because there's no more formatting that I need to do with, you know, font colors, background colors, and all of these kinds of things. So I'm ready to just click save. And that's all there is to it. You can add more actions by going up here if you so choose, but this is a simple action to set up for a confirmation email and how you can format that.